Guys, here we go. We're going to do a best of 3 between Iremil playing Persia, Dynasio playing Egypt. The map order is going to be Great Lake, equal footing, and should a third game be needed, going to do some Oasis, so this should be a lot of fun. Oh, sorry, Ace, a little too late. So this first map, Great Lake, absolutely love it. Huge, huge map, so you guys know. Lots and lots of resources on it. Couple of, oops, let me block the screen, there we go. Couple of unique things about this map. For, you know, it's got this lake in the middle like coastal. God, why does my cursor keep going over here? Oh, I gotta start cursor lock because I restarted. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Alright, here we go, for real. Great Lake. So you got this lake in the middle, just like coastal. So the way you get to your opponent's base, there's shallows right here, which ships can go across this, so you can just park like a bunch of galleys in here if you want to. Or, you know, if this is blocked up, walled up, or whatever, keep in mind you can build walls on these shallows. No other buildings, just walls. I don't know why. It makes no sense. I'm wondering if that was even on purpose, but so be it. But if that's all walled up or blocked off, you can also go around this way. Although, as you can see by looking at the mini-map, it's a bit more walking time. So let's see what these guys are up to. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys played it relatively greedy. Again, huge map. We see lots of different openings. We see town center first openings on this map. We see openings just like the traditional coastal build. It's so, you know, kind of the same idea. You're fighting for the water. You know, and it's such a big map, like, it's kind of a thing like Arabia, where, you know, everybody knows the metagame, huge map, kind of greedy play, right? So sometimes, I've spectated a couple games, and done this myself, do a little proxy action, you know, or overly aggressive play. There's a lot of different options on this map. Very, very fun map to play on, I think. It's not like your straightforward games on equal footing, which there's nothing wrong with those, but I think this map offers a ton more variance. That's why I really like maps like this, Big Island, etc. One second, we respond. This guy. Okay, sorry about that. So, got Iremil. It's going on stone right here. He's not rallying to stone, though, so I'm wondering... Oh, yes, he is. Now he is. So he's going to go town center first, looks like. Actually, interestingly enough, Dynasio still not really committing to anything here. He's going to age up, and then we'll see what he... does. Where is he going to put down his Temple of Ra? Put it down, Dynasio. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was looking at this villager. So let's see. Yeah, not rallying to stone, so I'm not quite sure what he's going to do. Oh, he is going to open on the water, actually. So we got one player going town center first, the other is going to open on water. In terms of, like, what... I don't know, this is hard to say which one's better. I think overall you just have to say town center first. Just because, you know, extra villagers are better than extra fishing boats. As good as fishing boats are, it's not... I don't think it's a huge difference. But opening on the water offers other advantages. If he gets a galley out real quick, or even better, 2 galleys, and is just really vigilant about patrolling them up and down the coast here, and up here too. Remember, it's really easy to sneak a dock up here or back in the corner. You know, if he's vigilant about doing that, he can deny Iremil the water either indefinitely or just for a long, long time. Although he is going fishing boat first. Don't blame him there. Actually, I'm wondering if he scouted Iremil going for stone. Yes, he did. Okay, so he has a good idea of what's going on. Meanwhile, Iremil is just now scouting the dock. So they both pretty much know what's going on right now. So I'm curious to see how these guys are going to respond. Oh, this is interesting. A barracks. I'm wondering what's prompting this barracks. You know, this is an Egyptian barracks here. We're talking age 2 Egyptian units. Unless there is just a ton of them, they don't really do anything. You know, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what prompted him. I'm going to ask him after this game. What prompted him to put down that barracks? The only thing I can think of is that he's scared of a stable opening. But there's no stable down. He's just putting his TC, or not opening, but a quick stable. But, you know, there's no... He's going for a fast town center. There's no stable down yet. I think it's just kind of, you know, I think he should go ahead and scout first for it. But, I don't know, at the same time, guess what else is he... I mean, he could use that wood to spend it on the dock, you know, crank out more fishing boats, more galleys, even put a second dock, you know, 2 docks maybe. You can make an argument that that's better than one TC. I don't know. I'd have to think about that some. So I'm not really sure what he's hoping to accomplish with this barracks. But we'll have to see. Meanwhile, I really wouldn't be surprised, though, if Irimo went for a stable first. Although he's being very greedy. Still no production facility from him. He does have 250 wood. What's he going to plop down? No? Still no production facility. Wow, what is he going to do? Really greedy play. I'm wondering if he's going to go straight to H3, but he doesn't really get anything out of that. Other than Third Town Center and Fortress, I guess. Yeah, wow. I'm not really sure, guys. I'm not really sure what to say about this. I think he might just be going straight to H3. We'll see. Meanwhile, Dynastia is getting some fishing boats out. Real nice for the economy, as we all know. Fishing is just so good. Wow, second barracks even. So this is interesting. Axeman 2. I don't know. I'm not really sure why he's making military units right now, unless he's going to go for a quick attack, which he, you know, would be a super idea. These town centers are not next to each other. He has a lot of his resources really spread out all over the place here, which is going to be absolutely wonderful for him in the long run. But okay, he is going to send over some Axemen, so this should do some pretty good damage. And he's got a galley up here. I like what Dynassio's doing. I like what he's doing, but he needs to be careful that he's not going to get outgathered, like, really heavily. Like, he's not just going to get a huge... Like, he's not just going to get too far behind too early. But if he can do a good amount of damage with these Axemen, which I believe he can, still no production facilities from Irimo. I think he is going straight to H3. Then this is really nice. This is going to be scary for Irimo. This is going to be really annoying more than anything else. Of course, a push like this is not going to win you the game immediately, but it is going to cost a lot of lost gathering time. 4 villagers here, 10 villagers over here. So it's like a lot of villagers that won't be gathering after this. He is going to be forced to put down an archery range here. And he's going, so he's going straight to H3. That's what he's planning. He even cancels that archery range. Wow, what is he going to do? He's just going to put down that third town center, I guess. He doesn't care about this. There he goes. Okay, so his plan... I'm going to assume that he's going to be going big Persian stable play. Tons of Asabara, tons of mounted archers. And that's about it. Run around the map. Kind of similar to, Babylon, but of course that combo, while pretty good, not quite as deadly as the borderline or definitely OP stable combo from Babylon. But still not a bad choice. Especially, again, guys, huge map. So mobility is very, very important. Up to 4 fishing boats now. So Dynassio's economy is still in a good place. He's just not being super greedy. Even though this town center is here, again, there's not 2 right next to each other. He can afford to just fight under this town center. Force all of these villagers, all 16 of these villagers, to either lose heavy gathering time or have to go garrison or do something else. So I hope Dynasio moves in quickly. He's got some Asabar coming out now. If Dynasio also, if he walks over and scouts this, sees 2 stables, he can quick pop Spearman Champion. And he's got camels coming out too, so this is going to be really nice. There's H3 for Iremil. Probably wants to make mounted archers out of these, because his only chance is going to be kiting, I feel like. You can't just go melee with all of these axemen. There's too many units here. Yeah, and he knows, Dynasio knows, he can just fight right under this barracks. This is super greedy play from Iremil that is about to get really punished here. Wow, he is back. He had no need to back up. I think he can be more aggressive than what he's made. There he goes. Keeping an eye on his production queue. I want to see if there's going to be some champion spearmen coming, but he does have camels coming over, which are going to be really nice. Yeah, this Asabar really can't do anything. He's got 1 military unit out here. This would be slightly more defendable if that town center was up there. Iremil doesn't have the stone, he's not gathering stone, and he doesn't have the wood to put up a fortress or another town center to help out with defense. So it's pretty much just what's coming out of these 2 stables here. Yeah, these villagers not in range of any town center fire. I think this very well could be GG. Nice, very nice addition, adding in the slingers here. Remember that mounted archers are ranged units, so the slingers get that multiplier against them. Being a little indecisive with his units, Dynasio, but look at the pop differential right here, 40 pop. And that's all villagers. Dynasio, meanwhile, does not have a second TC, which probably should make that a priority. But he does have a lot of fishing boats, so his economy is doing just fine. You know, if he follows up, he is gathering stone, 3 villagers, so he's gonna have 300 stone before he knows it. And that's a really nice follow-up here from Dynasio. Knowing that if he can get a town center behind this, he's already done so much damage, it'll be really hard for him to lose from this situation, from this point on. You know, a couple more stable units out here for Erie Mill. Still not a lot, though, and several slingers over here. Slingers have, yeah, they've got pretty decent pierce armor, so, you know, they're taking several shots from these town centers before they're dying. Might want to be a little more careful with them, though. As you can see, he's got lots of slingers in production. Because he knows he's going to be dealing with mounted archers here. Yeah, honestly, I think this is just going to be GG from Erie Mill. Real quick loss. You know, I can't say that I blame Erie Mill for trying this. I don't think it's a bad build. Is it extremely greedy? Yes. And you're going to lose 10 times out of 10 if Dynasio makes the really smart decision that he did. But you know, on such a big map, like sometimes it pays off. It's not. I don't think you can reliably do this every time. It's kind of a risk. It's kind of a cheese. I mean, it is a cheese. It's an economic cheese. And if it pays off, you know, if your opponent doesn't punish you within a certain time frame, you know, it's going to be very, very hard to catch up to that guy's macro. But Dynasio, you know, if we're only 10 minutes into the game here, it's just about GG. Although he is chasing these camels away. Now there's a decent number of mounted archers here. You know, let's evaluate the situation here. Erie Mill is sitting on 38 villagers here with 2 town centers in H3. Dynasio's got 48, and a lot of those are fishing boats. So Dynasio's economy is much better. Erie Mill, despite him being really, really greedy, did lose a lot of villagers there and a ton of mining time. You know, you see he's got no bank whatsoever. So even though he did open very, very greedily, Dynasio's punished it very well, and there's been no advantage, and he's going to go knock. There's going to be even more lost gathering time here. Yeah, 13 villagers. You know, more and more slingers are going to be added onto this composition from Dynasio. Look at his production queue. He's very smart. He's very wisely producing mass slingers. Because just a couple of shots of those slingers onto these mounted archers, and those mounted archers are going to melt. Picking off even more villagers here. Yeah, this is just painful for Erie Mill. I'm sure he's thinking, like, please, just leave me alone. Just let me breathe for a minute, because he's got those 2 TCs, and he could maybe catch up. But, you know, Dynasio's too smart. He is not going to leave Erie Mill alone. And we do have a second town center coming up here for Dynasio, so really nice follow-up here from him. Really perfect play. He can even go to H3. Oh, well, he just dropped a production facility. But yeah, he's going to be able to go to H3 at any moment, too. He's macroing really well behind this. Really, really impressive play from Dynasio, who hasn't been on in a long time. This is, you know, he used to be one of, you know, definitely one of the best players in this game. Haven't seen him online in many, many, many months. And he's coming back with a strong showing here. Like to see him plop down a Temple of Set right now. He's playing this just about perfectly. So, you know, maybe I was a little critical about that Barracks in the beginning. I was like, what is he playing? And didn't expect such aggressive play. But this is beautifully done. Beautifully done by Dynasio. Erie Mill does, you know, I'm not going to count him out yet, because he does have quite a bit of units here, and he's being really smart. He's staying away from these slingers. He's going straight after these camels, which he counters very, very hard. Trying to keep these villagers alive. It's just he's going to find a way to kill these slingers, which he is now producing Asavara. You know, Erie Mill is still playing this. He's behind, but he's still playing this very, very well. He knows he can't engage these slingers with the mounted archers because, like I said, they'll just evaporate. But he has transitioned into building a bunch of Asavara because he knows he needs to take care of the slingers now. And for now, you know, Erie Mill is going to be alive. This is not going to be a death blow yet from Dynasio. You know, still 40 pop ahead, so, you know, Dynasio still has a commanding lead. Is on the water. Look at all these fishing boats. Beautiful. Multiple docks. 3 docks. Would like to see it. He's got to move these down here for closer gathering time. Is an age 3 now. He's going to get that 3rd town center up pretty soon. He's sitting on 62 villagers. Excuse me. To Erie Mill's 42, so he's at a 20 villager deficit. No longer has the age up advantage. And now he's on the defense again. Erie Mill really needs to start gathering some stone to get that 3rd town center up. That's one way that he can get back into this game right now. Another thing is if Dynasio leaves him alone for a second, like right now, if I'm Erie Mill, I'm sending these. I'm sending these. Oh, this is going to be deadly if that gets up. I'm sending these cav units down around to the bottom and trying to force Denasio to come back. I'm trying to do a big counter raid, and just force him to retreat. And he actually is moving. He is giving Iramiel some breathing room here. So while, again, Iramiel is at a huge advantage, very nice, does see this fort going up. But so Denasio should be darting back into his main base right now. He sees the army really way out of position. But this is just very nice to clean this up from Iramiel. And he actually gets a decent number of villagers there. Down to 61 villagers to the 47. So he is closing that gap. Still 40 pop behind. But he's not dead yet. You know, he's certainly not out of this game. This is still, you know, he can still win in this situation. Another push coming from Denasio. Here. This one's looking pretty scary. 30 slingers. Plenty of camels, but of course camels countered really hard here. You know, but this is not unwinnable. They're both, you know, you see both of these armies counter each other very hard. It just comes down to micro right now. And positioning, mostly. Which I almost want to give the edge to Iramiel for that, because he's got great mobility here. He can afford to maneuver and position really well. Big oversights though, 2 big oversights. Needs Asabar Champion desperately. Very, very good upgrade. Health, damage, movement speed, like that is a huge upgrade, and very much needs horsemanship. Oh no! Doesn't want to get these caught. Very nice positioning though. The Asabar getting a huge flank on these slingers here, and the chariot archers. While these mounted archers are cleaning up the camels, this is just about as good as it's gonna get for Iramiel. Let's see how much of this he can clean up. Mounted archers getting killed at a really fast rate though. Iramiel needs to focus down these camels with the mounted archers, but I think Iramiel is actually gonna clean this up. Wow, and look at the pops, guys. It just got a lot closer. 57 villagers to 67, only 10 villagers down now. Still a big deficit, but he just evened this game up a lot right there with that beautiful engagement, beautiful positioning. This is a very nice comeback from Iramiel right now. Again, still behind for sure. Keep in mind, look at this big water presence from Denasio. Huge fort dock, very, very well placed dock right there. But just wiped the army of Denasio, and I was about to say he needs to be sending these units over to Iramiel or to Denasio right now, and he might even get to deny another fort if he focuses on those villagers. Oh no, he's gonna go for the fort instead, and he does get it. That fort was almost done. That's a 700 resource loss, nearly. And he's going to get a market. Wow, big attack. Yeah, I was going to say Iramiel needs to send his units over right now, and he's doing a great job of that. He's no slouch. And he's going to ignore the market. I don't even blame him. Just go straight into this base. Try to kill as many villagers as you can right now. 65 villagers to 67. So the villager gap is closed here. Iramiel actually has a chance to pull ahead, I think. At least in terms of economy. I'm going to look around for an armory here to see if we see any armory text from Denasio. Actually don't. Looking in Iramiel's base, he's getting his 3rd town center up, which Denasio does not have quite yet. And we do have an armory for him, although no armory upgrades researched from it yet. And he's picking off some villagers. He might have the villager lead now. Yes, he does. 69 to 67. So Iramiel is actually pulling ahead in terms of economy. Well, I'm not going to say he's pulling ahead in terms of economy, because they're even on villagers and there's a lot of fishing boats here. So we can't discount that. Denasio still does have a nice economic advantage, I think, because of those fishing boats. Spending resources pretty well across the board. Everybody's keeping them fairly even. I mean, keep in mind that this is a very high-stress situation, and pretty late in the game. It's hard to keep your resources down perfectly, but I think they're doing a pretty decent job of it overall. Pretty good macro. Denasio is actually inching a little closer to age 4. Just needs some more stone, and he's going to be there. But this is not good for Iramiel. He cannot really afford to let this happen. This is a really good idea, sending these units over to the base, but look at how much he just lost. Nearly his entire army got wiped there. So not the best trade there for Iramiel at all. 75 villagers to 61. So he actually has a decent villager lead here. And he's sending another group of units over here. Wow, lots of exposed villagers. Look at this, 32 villagers over here. Depending on Denasio's reaction time, this could be a slaughter right now. And this is certainly going to help him get ahead. Want to see him start an armory upgrade. Yes, he has. He's getting Pierce armor, so he's relying on his mounted archers to do a little more DPS than these Asabar, and I don't blame him. I think that's a good choice. Oh, very nice. He's going to move his galleys up here to intercept these units. Very nice. Nice micro. Nice. This really, really smart play from both of these players right now, I think. Really intelligent decision-making. He's trying once again to get up this fort, but just one villager on it. That's going to take a long time. What's the build time? 120 seconds? Yeah, wow. 2 minutes for that fort to complete. And once again, actually, we find Irimiel back in his base having to defend a bush here from Dynasio. But look who has the pop lead right now, as well as the armory lead. Does have 1-0, I believe. Third town center just now going for Dynasio. I think he would have been much, much, much better suited to get that way earlier here. No armory. Oh, does have an armory, but no techs yet. Sorry, I know I'm about to miss a fight here. So Irimiel does have the armory lead, does have a slightly upgraded mounted archers here. You know, I actually... Oh, God, get your Asabara out of here, Irimiel. No, you can't afford to let this happen. Now it needs to start kiting with these mounted archers. Needs to kite. What are you looking at, Irimiel? Oh, no. You know, he's going to be okay. He's going to survive. I just feel like he lost way more than he needed to there. I think that could have been a much more cost-effective trade for him if he had just done a little bit of kiting. You know, I almost think that Dynasio should stay on camels and slingers, but champion slingers. I honestly think he's worse. I mean, the chariot archers are doing good DPS, but they're not getting that fat multiplier that they get against these mounted archers. I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you think he'd be better off doing? It's hard to say. Still no Asabar champion, though. This is huge. Irimiel really has to get Asabar champion. And now he's getting, he's getting shoulder armor, so he's going to get some pierce armor from the incoming chariot archer and slinger fire. I'll get a little ballsy here. Gathering gold, about to lose a lot of villagers. Ah, but big flank coming in from Dynasio. Both players maxed at 180 of 180. Is Dynasio going to H4 right now? I'm going to quick check for a Temple of Ta. No, he's not. Not yet. He's just about there, though. You can get there pretty soon. Irimiel's... not really. He's pretty far away. Did finally get this fortress up, Dynasio. This is really important, this position right here. This plateau, because there's always a couple... Yeah, 2 gold mines here. And really nice place for your market. So Dynasio, that's, I think, this on this map, really important position to hold. Would like to see him wall this up pretty heavily, because look at how choky this is. Getting through those walls would just be a bitch. So I think it'd be smart of him to do that. Wow, big raid going on up here from Dynasio. Look at the very large army here. Wow, he's pretty decent force down here, and lots of chariot archers and camels up here. 56 villagers to 93. Wait, 56? What happened to Dynasio's villagers? Wow, he got a lot killed in that raid, and he has not replaced them. Irimiel, I can't help but think that Irimiel has taken a lead in this game. Despite the score, you know, score has a pretty even, you know, it's still a pretty even game, but, I mean, if this goes on for another 5 minutes, Irimiel's so far ahead. He's got 30 more villagers. It's huge. Both players on 3 town centers. Dynasio does still have a dock, but I don't think that counts for 30 villagers. I don't know, man. I want to point out something that's really interesting in this game. This is an age 3, you know, getting into the late game here, Egyptian player who has not built a single elephant. And I think that's smart of him. Look at all these mounted archers. If Irimiel just, you know, he focuses down elephants one at a time, which I'm sure he would do, those elephants just die. Although here's an elephant. He is getting one up here. But honestly, I don't blame him for not building them in this situation because of all these mounted archers. They're just a big liability. But we'll see. You know, the camels aren't going to do much better. I don't know. It's just like the elephants are really expensive, and they're just big, easy targets for these mounted archers. Big raiding opportunity up here for Dynasio if he sees it. Where's his army? Lots of income, like lots of little multi-prong raiding going on. Lots of small amount of hits coming down here. Dynasio moving in for a big attack. Mounted archers coming up here. It's gonna have to be careful. Keep in mind also that camels. These camels do have camel champion. Gives them, is it 50% pierce resist? No, not quite. But it gives them some pierce resist and a multiplier against ranged units. So if they actually get on to the mounted archers, they counter them. But I think the mounted archer onto camel combos or counters is a little bit harder. But still, you know, not a bad choice either way. Continuing to crank out these armory upgrades. Really, really good armory upgrades for Eerie Mule. Dinasio, taking a look at his army. Has age 2 ones, and that's it, so... Eerie Mule is a much better armory right now. Yeah, I think Eerie Mule actually has taken a lead in this game somehow. After that really greedy opening, and then getting punished so hard by Dinasio. I think he's pulled ahead here. I think Dinasio gave him a little too much breathing room. And then made a few too many mistakes after that. And now Eerie Mule, God, these camels are just going to get slaughtered. Yeah, this is not a good engagement for Dinasio. It really needs to get out of here. And 35 mounted archers. At this point, I would probably go back into Chariot Archer production, I think. Well, or Slingers. He's still got those barracks. Champion Slingers right now. What are they going to do? You know, even especially mix in some, these Aspar have been there forever. Especially mix in some Priestesses of Ra, because you're going to be slow anyway. You're going to be stuck at 6 speed. I think that's what he's got to do right now. I think he's stuck on these... He's stuck on these stable units because that's usually what Egypt does. But this is a situation where I think you do need those H2 Slingers out here. Because the mounted archers are trading with this composition very, very well. Not going to trade with the galleys too well. Or the triremes too well. The fort? Oh, sorry, the map? Yeah, this is Great Lake. Love this map. And this is why. Like, games are so interesting on this map. It's like this big donut, so there's lots of avenues of attack. Well, I guess not lots of avenues. I guess there's only 2, but... You know, I could always merchant transport across the way. It is eating up all this gold down here. 1 gold mine is done. Oh, very nice little elephant raid going on down here. This is nice. This is good to do. Send this elephant into Dinasio to start murdering villagers. Yeah, and he's going to be forced to come down here and deal with this. Val, very smart. Only sending a few mounted archers down here because he knows that Dinasio wants to come in and do another attack. Smart fortress. Chariot archers aren't going to do too well against fortresses. Although there's so much DPS that will they be able to deny this fort? No, he didn't. He didn't focus him down fast enough. Deals with this element. Very nice. You know, it's good of these mounted archers are extremely good raiders and counter raiders because of their high speed. Tell me he's got purebred. Okay, good. He did catch up on those. And he's backing away here. I honestly don't know who gets the better trade. Mounted archers have slightly more health. What's the DPS? Nearly 40? Wow, you know what? Chariot archers actually might get the better end of the deal here. I think this is a smart transition. But they are very expensive. How much are mounted archers again? 70, 60? I don't know. This is honestly pretty... It might be fairly even. I'm sure one of them is slightly more cost effective, but it's hard to say. But that's not cost effective. We needed to get out there much sooner. Once these reinforcements came up, or these mounted archers came up that were dealing with that raid. Yeah, you needed to get out there. Should stop and pick off these soldiers. Yeah, there he goes. More importantly, oh, these are gonna die. Doesn't want to lose. You see, 160 resources each, guys. Can't really afford to lose too many of those. Okay, he's got both of his stable upgrades too. This is nice. Eerie Mule actually making it to age 4 during all of that. So that's gonna be scary. I'd like to see him get some war wagons out here to deal with these chariot archers. I think he'd do very well. Although I think he's gonna deal with them pretty decently with this amount of units. Oh, getting a Palantonin, that's even better. Can't get that 4 TC as well. Get access to that 200 pop. Yep, there it goes. Tons of villagers on there. 40 villagers on it, so that TC's flying up. Still very, very good armory. He's got 2 H3 ones, 2 H2 ones right here, so very, very nice. Dinasio, how's his armory doing? Did he catch up? He's doing a little bit better, but still much better armory for Eerie Mule. He's trying to put a fortress right here, which would be nice to be able to get this down, but there's no way he's going to let that happen, especially because he's in H4, building multiple Palantonins here. Yeah, that fort's never getting up in a million years, and if he gets a shot in the middle of these chariot archers, what I think he's going to... Only one dies. A couple more elephants coming up. I think you got to start including the elephants now, even though I think they're still a liability because of the mounted archers. You got to have you got to be able to do something about this Palantonin. Yeah, he's never gonna get a fortress up. I don't know why he's even trying. It's the most accurate Palantonin I've ever seen. They always miss. Oh, there he goes. Those stones stay. Oh, okay, no, they don't. Multiple Palantonins out here. Wow, big shots. He just cannot afford to stay in range of these Palantonins. He's taking big damage. Yeah, I'm not sure what... no, there's going to be 2? Yeah, he's got to get out of here. He's losing so many chariot archers, and now he's fighting under a fortress, too. Yeah, Dynasio, I think he's falling apart here a little bit. Look at his queues, completely empty right now. I wonder if he just put down... Oh, sorry, guys, my flex is kicking in, so the color's changing. It's going to lag for a second. I wonder if he's putting down a Temple of Ta. Is that why he just ran out of resources? Yeah, okay, he is going to H4. Still think he was a little too careless with those chariot archers, though. Because now, look, he's got no bank. He's got a little bit of gold, but that's about it. 200 army, maxed army here from Erie Mill, and he deleted a lot of villagers. He's down to 77 villagers. This army is massive right here. Massive army, and he doesn't have the elephants in this fight. Yeah, he's got to back up. Honestly, I'd delete these triaries at this point. Free up Pop. They're not going to do much anymore. This could be nice, this raid here with a couple of elephants. He is going to force some of these units to come back, yeah. And again, only splitting off a couple of these mounted archers, just enough to deal with the elephants. Very, very nice. Although he's got to set them down a little bit further. Okay, he's going to send all the mounted archers. God, I think these guys are playing so well right now. This is one of the better games that I think I've ever seen before. Really, really smart play from both of these guys. Incredible back and forth. Still very even. Dynasio's getting into H4 right now too, guys. He's going to be able to get catapults out. You know, he can go champion slinger or champion spearman, catapult, elephants. You know, he's got access to priest of Ta. You know, Egypt. Oh God, what are you doing, Dynasio? No! Wow, cataphracts coming out here for Dynasio. Very nice. How's his or for Erie Mill? Sorry, getting confused. Pretty nice market line here for Dynasio. He's probably gonna have to add on more caravans at some point. And pretty good caravan line. Erie Mill's developing it now. Does need to get both of these techs. Very, very important. Can't discount either of these. Movement speed's huge, and gold trade. 20% each. Dynasio does have that tech, so that's nice. And is that Temple of Ta should be done pretty soon here. There it is. But I don't think he's going to have a lot of time to get these sexy units. He's only at 150 pop here. He's facing a huge army. Huge army from Erie Mill right here. So many 30 mounted archers, cataphracts, Asabara. Oh, those aren't cataphracts, are they? No, he does have a couple cataphracts. He's got 6 cataphracts in here, 3 Palantonans. God, he's going to get a siege work. Oh, he's going to get all these important building sites. Elephants, catapults, priests of Ta. All these buildings are going to die right here. Wow, this is huge right here. This push, this timing. He doesn't have access to these buildings anymore. He can't build these units that he desperately needs against this very high-tech, powerful, upgraded army too. Getting age 4 pierce attack, pierce damage right now. Just now finishing. Huge. These mounted archers are doing so much damage. Look at that. Nearly 30 damage with a 3.0 versus Cav. So those elephants are going to die so quick. So quick. And what is he gonna do? Oh wow, this is very nice. Catapult triumphs coming out for Dynasio, and he's focusing down these Palantonans. So smart here from Dynasio. I never would have thought of that in a million years. And if they get shots on these mounted archers, you know, that's super good too. Wow, incredible game from these guys right now. But I'm getting real scared for Dynasio, falling to 130 pop here, and Erie Mill staying maxed easily with a big bank. Dynasio's got a pretty decent amount of resources too. God, what does he build right now to fight this? This is so powerful. Again, I think, you know, he would have been so... Oh my cord. Would have been so nice in H3 of him to get that big slinger ball and deal when there was only mounted archers on the field. You know, wipe that army, push into the base, get some damage done. But now this is so tough. Now you got cataphracts and Asabara backed up by the DPS and Palantonans. They are out of range of these catapult triremes now. And the last of Dynasio's army is dying here. We might see a GG from him. He's still trying. He's using up all of his bank, but he's getting really low on food. Only 6 villagers on food, not nearly enough. He's actually down to 44 villagers to the 83. Yeah, there's the GG. Wow, very good game. Incredible game. So back and forth. Dynasio with that, such a perfect read on that build. going in with such strong pressure, nearly outright killing Eerie Mule at the beginning there, doing so much damage. Macroed extremely well behind it. Got that second town center up behind all that. Got to H3 at a pretty decent time. But from there, Eerie Mule got a lot of really good trades from there. And he's just chipping away at Dinasio's leads. At Dinasio's lead with these really good trades, really smart decision making, shutting down raids of Dinasio, not losing villagers, comes up into the base with a big counterattack, kills a good amount, and from there, he's ahead. I think Dinasio's first big slip up, other than not trading well, was he didn't get this third town center up nearly quickly enough, I think. That would have been a way for him to capitalize on that lead, because remember, Eerie Mule took a long time to get his third town center up too, but he actually got it up, I think if I recall correctly, before Dinasio. I just think Dinasio needed to get that down so quickly, and then allowing himself to get surpassed in that villager count, while having the water too. I think he might have stopped villager production too early, but super, super, super good game there. Let's have a look at the post-game stats. Wow, look at that macro. So close. So I guess Dinasio did actually outgather Eerie Mule there. But I think most of that is at the beginning of the game. As the game went on, I think Eerie Mule's economy was stronger, but ended up both gathering very close amount of resources. So excellent macro from both. Pretty close villagers. But look at these armory techs, guys. Look at these armory techs for Eerie Mule. God, that was an incredible game, guys. This was one of the best games I've ever seen, I think. Really smart from them. Really, really smart decision-making all around. Very nice half-hour game there. And that is just game 1 of this best of 3.